Hello, and welcome back. This is Ryan J. shooting another video, which I'm sure is going to be fire and filled and jam-packed with massive life-changing value. So get yourself a green smoothie. Chunky. I think I can do better, but pretty tasty. Kale, spinach, protein powder, Brussels sprouts. Yeah, all of it. Pretty much the kitchen sink in here. But tastes good. Drink your veggies or eat your veggies. Okay, I'm shooting. What am I shooting for? Is this for massive life-changing value? Is this for the keto form? Is this for, oh yeah, the hot mess marketer? That's what I'm shooting for today, the hot mess marketer, which is actually, before we get into it, I'll explain a little bit about how I got the moniker, the hot mess marketer. It was a couple, 2-3 years ago, yeah, where, I'm starting on this marketing journey and I'm starting my not starting, I'm doing it, but at that point in time, I was getting coaching and teaching and training and mentorship, and I'm trying to figure it out. And I was speaking to my mentor one day, and it was a bad day. It was a bad day. I'd been kicked in the teeth that day, real bad. What the exact scenario was, I can't quite be too certain, but all my files were deleted. I was locked out of my account, and it just all disappeared. Just disappeared. Of course, I didn't save backups. Of course, I didn't have copies. Of course, I didn't push record on anything. So yeah, hey, well, you don't know what you don't know, right? And so it's all gone, like a clear slate. Like, hey, let's start brand new. And my mentor says, "You're kind of a hot mess." And I'm like, yeah, that's an awesome name. I'm going to use that. I am the hot mess marketer. To put it in perspective, okay, so remember when there was no cloud and your cell phone didn't store the numbers and you couldn't go to Verizon and T-Mobile and all these places and be like, hey, can you just reboot my phone numbers onto my phone because I dropped it in the toilet or it's in the ocean or, it fell out of my lap, out of my truck and busted on the pavement, and all those have happened to my phones over the years. And you couldn't get your numbers back. And there was that sinking feeling in your stomach of oh my gosh, I just lost every single contact that I had for over however many years I've been collecting numbers. So it's a sinking feeling, and I think we've all been there and done that. But hey, with the advent of technology these days, you can get it back. And now I have phone numbers in my phone that I don't even know who these people are. They just show up. Ain't that great? Anyhow, so it was kind of like that. Oh, and here was my attitude, and this is like a side note, and I might be digressing a little bit here, but whenever I lost my phone with all those contacts in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. I switched my attitude, and I'm like, you know what? I get to make 100% new friends. Yeah, see on the bright side of things. Okay. So let's get into, now this is not a pat on my back, and it will tie into training here and more of probably a mindset type training. So let's get into it and what's been happening the last 24 hours, 48 hours or something like that. Unbeknownst to me, I placed number one across the board in 5 different categories in my Lead System Pros leaderboards. Now, what MLSP is, it's a coaching, teaching, training, mentoring program that I'm a part of. It's a big community. Thousands of people are in it, and it's specifically designed for the coaching and training of network marketers or affiliate marketers. It does have an affiliate tie to it. So you can make money using their system, because after you get the coaching and the training and you use the system, you're like, oh my gosh, everybody in a home-based business can use this information. So why don't I share it? Well, they reward you for sharing their content and their program. So, it's a win-win. I've been using this program for about 3 years now, and it's phenomenal. Highly recommended. Okay, so back to me kicking some A in the leaderboards. Now, keep in mind there are thousands of people in this company using the system, so everybody's eligible. I did not know this until one of my good friends, Kim Ward, tagged me in a post on the Facebook, and she had took a screenshot of the leaderboard, and there I was, number one. Categories on that. Second line, number one. So what am I number one in? Total leads for the last 30 days. Number one. Total leads for the last 7 days. Number one. The second line, my lead increase for the last 90 days. Number one. Last 30 days. Number one. Last 7 days. Number one. So, thanks for the virtual high five. I'm number one. But like I said, this is not about me, and here's where we're going to get into the training and the mindset and the work ethic about it. I had no idea I was in the running for any of these characters or categories, I should say. Now, why? Because the last 2 months, or at least 90 days, I've been literally having my head down to the grindstone and just working, promoting, working, send an email, shoot a video, working on my business, promoting the business. And, with diligence, tenacity, and grit, hours and hours and hours, because, this is what I do, all right? Working from home and being an entrepreneur has been super cool these days, or within the last 10 years of I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Okay, cool. Well, it's a different mindset than having a job mentality. And here's what I mean by that. A job mentality, you can go into your job and be like, hey, boss, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. And, then you do it, of course. And then then you're like, okay, that's done. Now what? Well, the boss says, okay, now you can go home. All right. And so then you go home. Working for yourself, being an entrepreneur, you have to find that. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. You can go find people like a mentor or a coach that will highly suggest and tell you what to do. You can do that, and I highly recommend, if you take on the entrepreneur card and moniker, that you find some guidance. Highly recommended to find some guidance, at least somebody to show you the roadmap and be like, hey, here's what I've done and that's worked for me. And if you'd like those types of results that I've achieved, this is what I did to get there. You can take that advice and be like, yes, I'm going to start working on that right away, and that's what I'll do. Or it's really, really easy to be like, you know what, this new show on Netflix just came out, and I'm gonna binge watch the whole thing while I eat a pizza, versus eating or drinking clean like your green smoothie. Keeping your mind right, keeping your focus on the larger prize, which is your hopes, dreams, and goals. And hot damn it, bills are due, and they have to be paid. And how that happens is, well, you got to get to work. All right, and here's kind of a cool quote, or I've heard a couple different people say it within the last 3 weeks. Success is leased. Success is leased, and the rent is due every day. Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. For me to pay my rent, I need to pay my dues, and that's due every single day. So, putting in the work ethic, the determination, and putting in just the effort and the time. Now, at first, it doesn't seem like there's any momentum, but it's the discipline of every single day doing the exact same action that will produce a result. Once you see a small result, like I made $3. Okay, well, now you know it's possible to make $30. Now you know it's possible that you can make $300. Now it's possible, because you know it worked when you made $3. Compound that effort, figure out what you did, and now you can make 3,000. Now you can make 30,000, because it's possible. You've done it. Now all you have to do is take that action, replicate it, duplicate it, and just stay consistent with the work. Here's what I will promise you if you want to be a business owner and if you want to be an entrepreneur. There's actually only two things required for success. Only two things. There's no secret behind this. If you do these two things, I guarantee you will succeed. What are they? Number one, don't quit. Just don't quit. Number two is try not to make the same mistakes that you made before. So learn from your mistakes and don't do those again. Those are the only two things you need. The only two things. Don't quit and don't make the same mistakes. You keep that up, and I will guarantee you will have success. All right, so where are we at? How was I able to achieve the number one spot in 5 different categories in a group collective of thousands of people? Hard work, dedication. I found a system and something that I could promote, and then just got to work and did not quit. All right, I hope you found value in that. If you have any questions, comments, or if you yourself are interested in the MLSP community, reach out to me below. I can get you a $1 trial. You can try out all the bells and whistles in the system. That's the coaching, the training, the funnels, the webinars, the daily morning wake-up calls, and a whole slew of other things. And plus, the community is so awesome and rock solid and there for you to cheer you on and hoping for nothing but success for you. And that's the kind of people that you want by your side. Till next time, Ryan J. Make it an epic day. Bye.